Welcome everyone to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And guess who's back? Back again. Xbox Design Lab is back. Make sure to tell a friend, because you can come back and create your own Xbox controllers. And this time they're the Series X controllers, the ones with the share button in the center and a little bit of the design differences. It's pretty much the same as it was before, but now you can come back and create your own. And one cool thing too is, which you might be seeing online, is a lot of people are creating the 360 controller. They do have a button layout, which gives you the same colors for the buttons as the 360 controllers had. So there's a lot of people making white ones that have those button combinations so they can make a 360 looking controller for the Series X consoles. But that's cool. I've always liked Design Lab. Me personally, I've always gone on there and created some, but I've never bought one because they're a little bit more expensive than regular controllers. But it is awesome being able to design your own, and you can engrave it with your gamer tag, which is also really cool, or anything else. You can, it doesn't have to be your gamer tag, but that's cool. And I've always wanted to do one, and I'm hoping this time around, now that it's back, because it did go on a hiatus there for about a year, I believe. I am glad it's back, and maybe this time I'll get one created and get sent to me. But what do you guys think about that, Patrick? What do you think about Xbox Design Lab coming back?
Me, like you, I'm a creeper. I never did buy one because they were pricey. They're like $70, and then like you said, if you want the engraving, it's like $10 more to get it engraved. I end up getting an Elite 2 controller, so I'm not quite sure if this is for me, but I do like going on and designing my own controller. I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I wish I could do a controller like this and this and this. And, and I did the same things that you did. I would go on and design it. They were gone for almost a year. They stopped doing it right before the release back in October. So they closed the studio, Design Lab studio down. So we couldn't do anything more. So I really think this is cool. I wish that I could pay $70 to do it, but as long as my Elite controller is still in really good shape, it'd be really hard for me to do this. I've thought about doing it for my kid for her Xbox, so that she could have one when it was out, and get her a pink controller, because she always wants a pink controller or something, maybe unicorn colored, you know how kids are. So, but for me, it's a little pricey, but I mean, if you look at the new controllers, they're coming out at around a $70 price mark anyway. So why not design your own and just wait 2 weeks and get you exactly how you want it and what colors you want and layout. So I think it's great that it's back. It's more customization for the people who just don't like anything plain and the way that it comes out of the box. I wish Xbox and Sony would allow you to do that with the console. That would be kind of cool to order a customized colored console, but I'll stick with a controller for now. I think this is a good thing that it's back, and I think most people will think that as well. I heard that this year they're supposed to be it's got some type of 30% reused plastic or something in it. I can't remember what the amount was, but it was 30% post-consumer plastic content, which means some type of recycled material. From headlight covers, I think is what it said, is where I remember reading the article. It's been a few days. It's been a little bit since I read the article yesterday, but I think it said it came from headlight covers and water jugs and CDs. So interesting combination. Repurpose those old CDs to play a controller, which you used to listen to with your ears. You now play with your hands.
They made them out of old AOL CDs. That's
what happened
to all those. That's what happened. They turned them into Xbox controllers.
And those old cars went to the junkyard. Get those headlight covers and bring them in here. Shane, what about you, man? Did you ever buy one of these, or did you ever do like we did and just creep on the website and build your own, but then just walk away from it, abandon it?
I sadly have. I've spent a lot of time on there going, ooh, this will be, oh yeah, and this, oh, and this, oh, this is going to be awesome. And close. But like you said, it's closer to the actual price now, and you're getting what you want. I have a birthday coming up. Just putting it out there. You guys can pitch in. You can have it in great peckerhead. I don't care. Just a cool controller would be awesome. I like it. I love one thing the 360 did fantastic was the faceplates. You had so many options. You could make it your own. I painted several of mine. They look like crap to everybody else, but I thought they were cool. I like that, it's Microsoft's letting you make it yours. That's one thing I wish you could do with the Xbox Series X is some covers or wraps or something like that. But the controllers are really cool though. I mean, some people come up with some awesome designs and layouts. You can do your football teams, you can do, whatever you want with it. That's awesome. Not that we're going to see a football team in this group, but it is pretty cool that you're getting the option to make it your own. And that's one thing I miss is making it your own. Sony doing the removable covers on the PS5 is a really cool option. You can get wraps, you can get new sides for them, different colors, and crap like that. That's cool. I like the trend of make it your own, and it's a good thing to see it come back, and I'm excited for it. I don't care if it's made from an old Backstreet Boys CD or not. I want one. Hint, 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 hint.
Guess who's back? Design Lab's back.
That's right. I'll make sure to get that
Yep.
Backstreet Boys CD for you, Shane. I got you covered, man.
Then you can send it to. Then he can send it back into Microsoft, and they can make his controller
Damn
out of it for him.
right.
There you go. I wish Sony would do something like this. That'd be cool to be, if they had their own design lab for their controllers and where you could just, color them and stuff.
Yeah.
Even unlike Microsoft, Sony's even in the PS4 area, Sony was very slow about bringing out new color variants for their controller.
Yeah.
Xbox, it seemed like every other week they had, besides the design lab, they had a new color variant coming out. And it seems that way with Xbox Series X. I mean, they already have they had the 2 that came out with the Series X, and I think they had 2 more that came out. They had that red one, and then there was like a camo one or something like that. I can't remember, but they come out, besides their design lab, they come out quite often with different colors. The Xbox One had a ton, and PlayStation had some, but not as many as
Way
Because
late
Xbox,
in the game too.
yeah. And hopefully this time around they will have more. I mean, Sony does have 2 new ones out, the red one and the black one. So maybe we'll see some more color variants from them as well. And maybe something like I said, it'd be cool to see this kind of design lab for their controllers, where you could build your own controller like Microsoft does on the Sony side. That'd be pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, and Microsoft, when they released their consoles, didn't they come out with like a couple of like premium controllers, like the Mandalorian controller and a few other things that were for the Series X?
I think the Mandalorian
Or
came
was it for the
out
One X?
later on.
Yeah, but it wasn't much later.
But with the release of the
thinking
console,
right.
they did have the white controller and the blue one did come out when the console
Right.
came out. Because I have the blue one, I bought it with it because I really liked it. And then I think they had because I think it originally came with the black one, right? And then they had a robot white or something like that it came out around that time too, the release.
Right, and those came with their own docking station, right? Those are the ones that had the little built-in docking station that fit in the crook of the controller. Or was that just for the Xbox One series? Because I couldn't remember which one. They came out so close together, but they had like the really premium controllers that weren't quite the cost of the Elite controllers, but they had their own like cool design and they had their own docking station for charging.
Yeah, I know the Mandalorian had that. The blue and the white one did not. They were just regular controllers in different color variants. But I know the Mandalorian controller has its own dock. And I think Russ has one of those, I believe, right? And then I want to say there was another type of variant that, much like the Mandalorian one, that was the same type of like design. I can't remember what it was for or anything, but they did. I think those. The blue and the white ones did come out like right when the Xbox Series X released. They came out with them. I think the Mandalorian and the other one that you're talking about came out a little down the line, like a month or 2 or 3 months down the line, I want to say.
But yeah, I mean, they're always coming out with something. But yeah, in Sony, all we've got currently is what? You got the white one. You got the 2 new Cosmic controllers, the black one and the red one. And I really want the red one, but the red one's, I think, $80. It's $79, I thought. And so I really want that one, but I can't justify $80 for a normal controller that's just red. Although I really, really want it. But I'm not a fan of just white controllers, I mean, I like my controllers to be a little, they're a little bit different in design. And that's what the Elite controller, I liked it because it feels hefty in my hand. It feels very sturdy and everything based off the other controllers. And then when I got my Scorpio edition of the Xbox One, I didn't play with that controller. It stayed untouched and unplayed with just because it has a nice, cool Scorpion logo on it, and everything.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to play with that one. Keep it in case it's a collector's edition or something down the road. But yeah, they always cool camo ones, and they're relatively cheap too. I mean, back when they came out with that stuff, I mean, they're $50 without being, so $50 for a normal Series X or S controller is pretty cheap in my opinion when you compare them with like Sony's.
Yeah, Sony's are $70. No,
$70.
$69.99 is what their controllers run.
Right, except for the red one, which is $79.99.
Yeah, because that's what
red
they
is
do
more
to you.
expensive, guys.
Well,
But,
yeah,
hey, I mean, to each their own, and I do like the new PS5 controller. I love the new PS5 controller. It feels really good. Feels much larger in my hand than the PS4 one. It just feels more substantial.
will they
It feels
ever
better.
offset the damn sticks? That's
No.
such a
You can't be
great
like Microsoft.
That's such a
Can't
great
be like
setup.
Microsoft.
I
Don't want to be
know.
thrown in the same group with them. But I like the design lab, and I've done the same thing you guys have. I've stalked the website many a times and done that. And maybe this year will be the year that I try one, either for myself or for my kid. Who knows? Or maybe I just lie to myself and tell them it's for my kid, but I do it for me. However that works out. I definitely like the Idea Lab. I wish they would do, or the Design Lab, excuse me. I wish they would do that with their consoles and other accessories outside of controllers. But you can't go wrong with allowing your people to customize their controllers and stuff, especially putting your gamer tag name on it. That's just kind of cool to see right in the front.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right in the bottom in the front plate. It has your gamer tag or whatever you want to put on there, you know?
Yep.
So cool.
No, I like
so,
it.
I mean, the only thing the only thing that's kind of, I wish that they would sell the docking stations that came with the old controllers with the new ones. And I'm not talking about buying the third-party aftermarket. I'm talking about like the one that came with the Mandalorian. It's just all kind of encompassing or docked together, because the dock for my Elite is amazing. It's not quite the same type of dock that they use for the Mandalorian controller and the other one that I saw, but having a customized dock where the controller just kind of slides and fits down into is really nice, because some of the older ones make you replace the battery cover so that it can expose contacts. And,
Yep. All of
it
my
is what it is.
controllers are like that with the different back. But rechargeable batteries are just so much better, especially with Microsoft. You can buy a third-party one, and it's going to work just fine. And when they start to crap out, you can pitch them. I mean, that's one thing I wish Sony would have done, was gave me the option to do that.
Well, see, that's what I'm going to have a problem with, though. The Design Lab controllers don't come with the charge dock, so you're going to have to replace the back plate if you buy those batteries, which I'm not a fan of, because then you're going to have a black plate on the back of your pink or green or purple or neon, whatever, a metallic colored controller that's just not going to fit where it belongs. So I think that's one of the downfalls. I think Microsoft probably needs to get on board with asking you what type of recharge station you have, so you can get a colored battery cover that matches. Or maybe they just ship it with all the major designs. They have the Night Ghost style one with the big open back, or the other ones, or something. I mean, they need to get on board with something to make it a little bit easier for us to charge and play, because I always do a charge and play. I don't do batteries just because I always have an extra charge and play. But I mean, those charge and play batteries last a day or longer, even after years, because I don't use them anymore, though, because my Xbox Elite has the embedded battery, which is kind of bad. If that thing decides to go crap, I'm SOL. But I really think they should sell the docks, a corresponding dock with it, so that it's all color matching, and I don't have to swap out my back plates.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also not that big a deal to me. But that might just be because my paint scheme of my controller would be just stupid colorful. I mean, dark colors everywhere, so a black plate wouldn't bother me on the back. And if I'm that desperate to make it match, I'll go grab a can of spray paint.
Right. Nick, what do you think about that, man? I mean, to me, that would just throw the whole thing off. If I got this little hatch that doesn't match the whole rest of the back, it would just drive me a little bit nuts, a little bit of OCD in me there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, I don't know how difficult that would be for Microsoft to get those different backs. There could be certain patents and things like that where, they might have to pay certain, I don't know. They could just have it all one design, just open the whole back up. No matter how it fits in, it'll connect some way or another. But yeah, I'm sure they could work out some way of doing that because I could see you don't want to have some like, those open back covers just alone, besides them being black most of the time, they do look horrible with that big open window and the little contact sticking out of it. It looks like crap, and they don't fit very well either. Most of the time, you're kind of like jacking with them, especially those off brands. So it would be nice to have one that's made by Microsoft that is going to fit the controller a little bit better when you're not trying to jam it in or like you have to hammer the back end because it just doesn't quite fit. The little plastic pieces are just not quite lined up. But I just I don't see Microsoft doing that, but it would be cool if they did.
Right, that's my only complaint about the Design Lab is the back plate for the battery, because it needs to be customizable to where I can pick my charge and place kit, or I could just say give me one of each of them or whatever. But then they'd charge you more. They'd charge you an extra $20 for that customization.
Yeah. One thing I wish they would add to it was, and I know it probably costs more, is just the ability to, let's say, send an image to them that they can lay over and put that as your main plate. To me, that would be cool.
Shane's going to send him a picture of him picking his nose. So when he's playing his controller, you just always see his finger shoved up his nose.
Picking my, nose. Yeah, it would be my nose. Yeah, that's it.
Hand everybody your third-party controller. What is that? Oh my God, that controller needs to go away.
Oh, that's the A button.
All right. Well, anybody else got anything about the Xbox Design Lab opening back up? Anything they want to say? Any complaints or yay or nay?
Birthday's coming up. Just put that up there.
Yeah, I want to make one eventually, hopefully soon. Hopefully this
That's what
time
you
around
said.
before they close down again for whatever
For
reason.
the Xbox Series XYZ,
Yeah,
The Xbox 3000.
3,000.
which is be the price too.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. Hope to catch you in the next one.
See ya.